Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you? All right?
I'm all right. I'm sick.
What have you got?
Corona.
No!
No, I'm just kidding. No, I just got the flu, I think.
Yeah.
Classic flu.
You said on stage you don't allow any water on your stage. Is that a rule for you or for the whole band?
No, that's probably just for me. But I think I was kidding. I usually drink water. Water is essential.
Okay. So first of all, congratulations on the new EP. Sounds really cool. I really like it. So Common Sense.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So Common Sense, that as a song, it's quite a big step away from the debut album. Sounds a bit like The Editors or White Lies, quite indie. So how did that track come together?
Which track? I'm sorry.
Common Sense.
Oh, that one. Well, we recorded it first. We recorded a version of it in New York.
Yeah.
And at Electric Ladyland. And when we first recorded it, it was much more. It sounded much more organic. You know, there was not as much synthy sound to it. And then we ended up just kind of re-recording the whole thing with just a lot of synthesizers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And trying to make it some sort of carpet of synthesizer. I don't know, but or a wall of synths or something. But I don't know. We tried to make it into some sort of 80s song, and yeah.
Cool.
That's how it ended up happening. We don't really have we usually never have like a perfect clear idea on what we want to do with the song when we start off with it. We kind of just all of our songs kind of start as one thing and then they evolve into something else. By the end, it's a completely different song, maybe with completely different lyrics, or
Yeah. Yeah. So you got this music video of like all being business guys in a boardroom, and you got the lyrics flashing up on the screen. Like, how was filming that, and who came up with that idea?
That was fun to film.
Yeah.
We kind of it's kind of all of our ideas and a guy we work with named Andre. It was his idea at first that we because I didn't really want to make any music videos for these songs for personal reasons, and then Andre said, well, we need to have something to show for them. So I was like, okay. And then he came up with the idea of doing some sort of sketch, and then we all just met up one day and we did that. It's all improvised. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you were ripping the chart down and saying stuff, it seems like quite off the cuff.
Yeah, it is off the cuff, all of it.
So, Lick the Bag, it's a great title for a song.
Yeah.
So is that song just all about like cocaine and have you licked the bag often?
Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
But it's mostly a speed reference, I think. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, when I used to hang out with a lot of speed freaks, they would have bags lying around everywhere, and then like, if you think that you're all out of, like everyone would be like, oh, we don't have shit, and then you take all like 40 bags together and you lick them or you shake them together and you can get out, decent amount. So a lot of hard work, and then you get the reward.
Yeah. Cool, man. I've been there. So Sentinel Island, it's quite a different percussive sound. You got different kind of drums going on and shakers. Like, tell me about that track.
Yeah, I mean, the music to that track, we were a bit inspired by, or I was very inspired by Para Ubu. I wanted it to sound a bit like a Para Ubu song.
Yeah.
Near the end, it didn't really end up sounding like Para Ubu, but it sounded like us, so which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. And the drums, those like tribal drums, I think they're kind of just inspired by what the whole song is about. So yeah, that came on afterwards, kind of,
Yeah. And the song Blue, the last track on the album, it's quite laid back. And it seems like you're apologising to someone you've hurt. So I just wondered what that was about.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I mean, we had the music to that done, and then I didn't really feel like we needed any lyrics to it. And then my bassist, we were at the studio one night, and we had a few beers, and my bassist was like, well, go in and try something. So then I went in, and I did that just as a, like, kind of a freestyle, and then we ended up using it for the song. And that's just kind of where I was at the time. I was feeling a lot of regret with my ex-girlfriend and all this shit, and I felt like a piece of shit. So I sang about that, and
you got it all out.
Got it all out. Yeah. Some sort of therapy.
Yeah, it's cheaper than a therapist writing songs. I like it.
It is. And now I don't think about it as much, so it's good.
Yeah, that's good. So do you have a favourite song on the EP?
Probably Lick the Bag, just because it's got a lot of energy to it, and I like the whole ZZ Top feel to it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a big ZZ Top fan, so I really like the whole, I don't know, it gives me that vibe that you're like sitting in a car driving fast somewhere, or, you know, on a highway.
Yeah.
I like that, car songs. I like car songs.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. So, like, ZZ Top, I would have never thought that you'd be influenced by him, but now you mention it makes a lot of sense. Like, do you have, what other kind of, what kind of influences do you have, and what kind of music did you grow up on?
Just a lot of, like, classic rock and old punk, 70s punk, and a lot of country. Like, when I'm at home, I mostly just listen to country and like, blues and stuff like that, and a lot of old music. And then, you know, occasionally I'll listen to some new hip-hop and stuff like that as well. But it depends on what mood you're in.
Yeah.
But mostly what's going on in my headphones is country.
Yeah, cool. So, like you said in an interview before that on the album Street Worms, you called it that because sometimes you and your friends feel like street worms kind of roaming around. So in Stockholm. So what was that? So what were some of the nights like that you had hanging out over there? Like good and bad.
What was that? What kind
of experiences did you have, like good and bad, hanging out, being street worms?
I don't know. I don't know if I can get into that, but
okay.
I don't know. I've had all sorts of good experiences and bad experiences, but I think at the time when I was writing that, I was kind of getting out of this whole street lifestyle. It was near the end of it, but I used to just be awake during, you know, from the afternoon until the early morning, and then you know, spent a lot of time in a small confined room with a bunch of other men talking about, you know, stupid subjects all night, and, you know, just going in a loop, and you don't really get too far like that. So I don't know. I don't really live like that anymore.
Okay, so you guys got nominated for like a bunch of Swedish Grammys. I just wondered, like, first, congratulations, and secondly, what does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be super cool to win something like that, but I don't know if we are. I mean, we've just been nominated. We never won anything, but I think it's cool just because we're the only band in our sort of genre that gets nominated for stuff like that, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it'd be cool just to tell my mom, you know.
Yeah, definitely. So you guys, you played like over 180 live shows to support the Street Worms. How was it being on the road? Are you the kind of person that loves that lifestyle?
Yeah, I love it. Especially, I mean, a lot of the other guys in the band, they have serious relationships, kids, and stuff like that, and I think it's harder for them to be out for that long. Yeah. But me, I love being in a new city every day and meeting new people, and I'm a bit of an alcoholic as well, so it fits me perfectly. But
like lemon.
But of course, it's nice to be home sometimes as well.
Yeah.
Get some structure back in my life. But I like being on the road because everything's kind of planned out we eat breakfast at this time, and then we sleep at this time, and everything's very. I've got an app on my phone that says where I need to be, when I need to be there. And,
Cool.
It works out nicely.
Nice. So, like, how do you guys come up with? Because you said you don't really like doing music videos anymore, but you've done quite a few.
I just felt like I didn't really want to for those songs, but like,
okay.
I feel like we've recorded a bunch of new songs that will be coming out in a while, and like I just feel like some songs are better for music videos, and some songs are not.
Okay.
But yeah.
What's your favorite?
We're definitely going to make them in the future. That's for sure.
Okay, awesome. That's good, because whenever someone says, "Can you play me a new band?" and I send them one of your videos like sports, then they're always like, "This is brilliant."
Cool.
So what's your favorite music video you've made?
My favorite?
Yeah.
Probably our first music video, which is this one, Research Chemicals. And we did that, we just did that on our before we had, management and all that kind of stuff. And we just had a GoPro, and we went to my favorite bar, and we recorded it in one take. And just told everyone at the bar, like, don't look at the camera, we're making a music video. And everyone was super cool about it, and it turned out great.
Awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
It's a really long one too. It's like 7.5 minutes.
So what are some of your earliest memories of getting into music, and like, did your parents, were they big music fans?
My dad's always had great taste in music, but I really got into music when I met a friend of mine named Jake, and he had his dad was a professional drummer. His dad passed away very recently, rest in peace. But his dad was a professional drummer, and they had like a practice room at the house, so we could just, we were like 13 or 14, and we just hung out there and smoked weed and borrowed his instruments and fucked around, and we had like little, fake punk bands and fake country projects, and we didn't really know how to play our instruments that well. I didn't know how to play my instruments that well, but his parents were very supportive of us playing music, and they showed me a bunch of cool old records, and they showed me Para Ubu, and they showed me Flipper, and they showed me a bunch of other cool bands. So I owe them a lot.
Awesome, cool. So what other bands were you in before Viagra Boys, and when did you start singing?
Oh, I wasn't in any serious band. I mean, I did I played around with my friends, basically just in his practice room at his house when we were teenagers. So the last time I performed was at a school battle of the bands when I was 15, and I played by myself. I did a Hazel Atkins cover band, and Hazel Atkins is a one-man band. So I tried to play the drums, play guitar, and sing at the same time. And I just got completely wasted in front of my whole school, and they had to drag me out of there. And it was a disaster, but fun. And the people that saw it said it was all right. So yeah.
Sounds
but that was the last time I ever played music, and then I kind of didn't really think that I was going to play music again, because I got into tattooing, and I'm like, okay, well, this is my life. I'll just be a tattooer for the rest of my life.
Wow, cool.
And until Benke, my bassist, he kind of made me show up to this practice for Viagra Boys. He kept on calling me like, "Hey man, do you have any lyrics? Do you want to come practice?" And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm into it. And then he's like, "Dude, just come on by. You don't have to even do anything. You can just sit there." I'm like, okay. And then that's when it started.
Awesome.
Yeah, we had one practice, and then we went, and then we played a show.
Oh, awesome! So he just had this feeling that you were frontman material.
Yeah, something like that.
So after the first show, did you believe in yourself and think, yeah, this is me?
Yeah, just because I got so much good feedback, like from my friends who were there, and a couple other like known musicians in Stockholm that were there. They said like, "Oh man, you're good." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Maybe I'll try this out."
So
yeah, that's how it started.
Awesome. So your saxophone player, he works really hard, and the whole band work really hard when you play live. So they all formed before, like, were you the last member to join?
Was I the last member? No. I mean, we've had 3 different saxophone players, so...
Oh, okay.
He's one of the last members of the saxophone player we have now, but I mean, he's great. But I think when we started the band, none of us... It was only the guitarist and the bassist who played together, and then the rest, it was kind of like a super group in the way that he kind of brought in people from different projects or from no projects from my part, and and that was like at the time it was just me, the guitarist, Benjamin, Henrik, the bassist, and Thor, the drummer. So it's just us 4 in the beginning.
So, are you most close to those guys, like best friend-wise?
No, I think we're all equally as close.
Cool. So you're a good team then?
What was that?
So you're a good team?
Oh, yeah, we're a great team, yeah.
Yeah.
We never fight, and we're all very serious about it. So.
Wicked. So is some of the musicians in the band like jazz-trained or classically trained musicians?
Yeah, a lot of them are.
Cool.
The saxophone player and the drummer is I think a bit jazz trained as well, or they went to music school and stuff like that. Not the bassist, not the guitarist, not me.
Yeah. Okay. So like, how do you get together your lyrics now? So I assume you didn't really write many lyrics before you joined.
Yeah.
So you just does it just pen and paper or?
I usually just write them while we're in the studio. Like as I don't know, as I'm kind of feeling out the music, I'm not that. I when I know that I need to write for a record, then I'll try to think about it, like when I'm out and about doing anything. Like if I get an idea that I think is funny or something that's interesting, I'll like write down small notes in my phone, but I never write like a full song on paper. I usually just write a couple notes, and then I try to stand in front of a mic and see what happens.
Yeah, cool. So just a couple more questions, and then I'll leave you alone. So the EP is produced by Daniel Fagerstrom and Pelle Gunnarford. Sorry, I'm rubbish at pronouncing these names. But they worked on Streetworms. Have they got your sound down exactly the way you like it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean they're two people that we trust with. Yeah, like I love. It's great that I don't have to worry about how a mix is going to be anymore. Like I can forget about it and just know that I look forward to getting like a mix in my email and hearing it.
Yeah. Excellent.
And before that, I didn't, like, I used to always be scared, like, I don't know, I don't trust this guy, I don't think he gets it. But those guys get it, so yeah, it's cool.
Cool. And I heard that you love karaoke. When I went to Stockholm, there was a lot of like hardcore karaoke like going on. I just wondered, what are your favourite songs to sing?
I don't know, that changes every time, but it's usually We Belong Together by Mariah Carey and Country Roads by John Denver.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
And then some Dolly Parton. I like Dolly Parton. Stand By Your Man by Tammy Wynette. That's also a great one.
Yeah. Okay, and what can you name a few bands that you rate at the moment and like that you've been listening to?
Oh God, I don't know. I've been sick for so long that I haven't listened to music. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know actually, to be honest.
Okay, and last question. So, what are you looking forward to most about this coming year, and can we expect an album later on?
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe even 2 albums.
Yeah.
Or maybe an album in 2 parts, or maybe an album in 3 parts.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Expect big things. We got some stuff. We got a bunch of stuff ready. So.
Excellent. And you
It's going to be interesting.
You coming back to the UK?
Yeah, hopefully if this fucking coronavirus thing goes over, because we've got this whole tour set up. It seems like a lot of it is getting canceled now. So
really,
I might have to get myself a real job.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
But yeah, it kind of sucks. Like we have all these. Coachella just got canceled.
Really?
Shit. Yeah. A bunch of shows are just getting canceled by the day. I'm supposed to go to Greece this weekend. I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's madness.
Was that for a holiday or just for some shows? Greece.
What was that?
Were you going to Greece for some shows or a holiday?
Yeah. I was supposed to play a show there.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. Well, I don't know. The future's uncertain, but I think if we all just kind of do this self-isolation thing, hopefully it'll pass before the year's out.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, it can't last longer than a year.
Yeah.
That would just be ridiculous.
I know. It just sucks for those big festivals because they literally are losing a year's wages for all their organisers and bands and stuff, I guess.
Oh, I mean, God, yeah, there must be so much money that's just getting dumped into the ocean. I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, well, thank you so much for talking to me. It's been a pleasure.
No problem. Thank you.